Hi, I'm George Mariner Mole, Artistic Director of the Discovery Orchestra, and welcome to Notes from Under the Piano, stories from my life as a musician, conductor, and teacher. It all began when, as a child, I liked to recline under our grand piano as my mother practiced, and the rest, as they say. Lead sponsors for Notes from Under the Piano are Judy Musicant and Hugh Clark, and the Kozlowski Family Foundation. Major sponsors are David and Ellen Williams. Today's episode, That's My Son. The influence of our parents in our lives cannot be overstated. Frederick Dunlap Mole, my dear dad, may he rest in peace, was an unusual person. Very generous of spirit, a man with little formal education. He made his living delivering heavy appliances and furniture for a major retailer for 37 years before he retired. When he got home each night around 7 p.m., my brother Howard and I could always tell what sort of day he'd had. If his route had required him to drive down one of those narrow cobblestone streets of South Philadelphia, or with his helper to carry a refrigerator up 3 flights of stairs to a walk-up apartment, let alone take that same refrigerator back down those steps because the supervisor had loaded the wrong color of refrigerator on the truck, well, let's just say he might not be in the best of moods. But on most days, although quite tired from the sheer physical exertion of his job, he was in a happy mood. And there were always wonderful stories about the people he'd met, the customers. This daily interaction with new people over time had made him totally unafraid to talk to perfect strangers. And this behavior spilled over into his life outside the job. I'd watched him walk up to senators, executives, mayors, you name it, and say, "Hi, I'm Fred Mole," and then proceed to tell them about his family, of which he was very proud, that had emigrated to the colony of Delaware before the American Revolution. By 1979, my dad had retired. That same year, I was serving as assistant conductor of the New Jersey Symphony Orchestra, and I conducted a concert with them in the State House in Trenton, New Jersey. It was late in December, and the NJSO had planned this concert as kind of a holiday gift to the legislators and governor. So I programmed music with Christmas overtones, such as the Vaughan Williams Fantasia on Greensleeves. The Christmas carol, What Child Is This?, is based on the Old English folk song, Lady Greensleeves. I casually mentioned to my dad that I would be conducting in Trenton, not really thinking through the fact that he might just drive up from Philadelphia. So I had not even thought to alert the security detail at the State House that my father, Fred Mole, might be attending without prior clearance. As I turned around to take my first bow, with the members of the New Jersey Symphony Orchestra standing behind me, I'm sure my eyes registered surprise, shock, and a bit of embarrassment as I saw my dad sitting right next to Governor Brendan Byrne, with his finger pointing and his lips distinctly saying, "That's my son." When Mrs. Brendan Byrne introduced herself to me at one of my listening courses a few years ago, it all came flooding back, especially my dad's outgoing nature, which certainly rubbed off on me.